Hello, everybody. It's Rick. It's your buddy, your friend, your pal. Showing you guys, giving you an update. It's February 15th, 2017. I hope everybody's doing okay. I want to give you an update. Um, and I want to show you that these affidavits, it's a process, but I want to show you one of my subscribers. He sent in the validation of debt, which is this document right here. Now these are all the documents right here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Notice to employer, interrogatories. These two go together to the employer. Demand to vacate. Okay, this goes to the court that issued the support order. You can file this at any time because what I do is I told you I attack the support order, and if the support order is created in violation of your due process, it's void. If it was issued without a judicial signature, it's void. If it's issued without having a clerk's signature, it's void. Okay, so we got at least 3 things right there. If it's issued without evidence, it's void. If it's issued without a trial by jury, it's void. It's so many ways that it's void. I go after all of them. All right, this goes first. And then what happens is when they respond with their dismissal, which we know they will do, okay, got a notice demand, a writ of quo warranto, which is demanding proof of authority. This is what got me over the hump. I filed something like this. They did the old, it's denied. They never give you a reason why. And I was showing you the video with that clown, that associate judge. Okay? They don't like, they just think they're going to bully you. Okay? And these go, obviously, these go to court. Then with final 2, we have a validation of debt. Now that's what this is about. And I'm going to read this to you. So my subscriber, bought the package, sent everything out, and we're starting to get a response. This is the same guy. Right now, he's doing battle with his payroll. And his payroll is just sending him these emails, and they're kind of burying themselves. They were like, well, the law says we have to. They don't say it, but they don't say what the law is. Then they go, yeah, but, because we might face fines, and it's going to cost us money to pay for attorney. This is what they say to them, I swear to God, in an email. They're worried about paying attorney fees and fines to fight for this guy's rights. So you know what? Let's just send his money. So we don't cost us any money. We don't want to spend any money sticking up for his rights. Which, by the way, nothing's going to happen to them. Okay? There's a video that I watched. It's an IRS video about how we're not supposed to pay income taxes. And it's a great video. And they're interviewing an employer. So he got in the mail a levy from the IRS. And the levy is it's the same thing as these income withholding orders on the same premise. So he got it, and they gave the bullshit law, which is like the child support people do. And so the employer was a good guy, got on the phone, called them up. And he said, well, do I have to send it in? They go, yes, you have to send it in. And they had the law. But what happened is they left out a section of the law. There was the law, and there was a section A and a section B. They left out section A, which he got suspicious about. And he goes, well, what about section A? And they hung up the phone on him. And he never sent the money in. And when they made the video, he stopped taking taxes out of his employees' payroll. And nothing happened to him for over a year because he was complying with the law. And you know what section A says? And I guarantee you, I haven't researched it, but I will. Now this is the IRS. Now the IRS has to do this. I'm pretty sure the child support enforcement has to do this. And the IRS, it's only the Secretary of Treasury is permitted to issue levies. But they're not going to do that. Some employee's going to do it. And that's what it was. Okay? So if that guy doesn't have to do it, neither does your employer. Okay? Over here, and this is interrogatories. Now, the demand, the validating the debt and interrogatories, they go together. Okay? What interrogatories do, I want to explain it to you a little further. This is a powerful weapon. Okay? You're going to send everything together with the interrogatories. What you're doing is you're asking them questions. Okay? So this is the employer interrogatory. What I do here is I put definitions. I put the case law, okay, that your earnings is your property. I want you guys to understand something. You have a contract with your employer. They hired you to do a job. You do your job, you get paid. When you get paid, that is your property. It's not theirs. Understand this. It's not theirs. Once you finished your part of the contract, which is your 8 hours of work or whatever it is, that is your money. It's your property. It's not theirs. So think about it. They're not supposed to be sending anything. Like, I'm sure some people out there, before they were stealing your money, maybe you had a 401k, maybe, you had a vacation club or something. So you have direct deposit, and you're telling them to send the money there. They need your permission to do that. So why don't they need your permission to send it to child support? They do. And they don't have it. And that's what this is all about. This is telling them, oh, guys, you don't have permission to do this. And my man here, the payroll person, she's flirting, not flirting, she's skidding, she's skittish. She's staying away from answering the questions. So I told him, I go, listen, you tell her to stop emailing you, and you tell her to respond to the interrogatories. Now, what I put in the interrogatories also is I put a question in there. What's the name of the attorney giving you advice? So that way you can go after that attorney. What we're doing here is all these documents is evidence. And it's your evidence that down the road, you could be able to walk into a court one day. You're going to go to an appellate court. Now, when they don't respond to this thing, the court paperwork here, the next thing to do is go to the appellate level. And you're going to file a writ of mandamus and a writ of prohibition, okay, in your state. And what that is you're compelling an agency or a court person, like a judge or a fake judge, to compel them to stop acting, exceeding their authority and jurisdiction. And you could also do it with an agency. Okay, a child support agency is not supposed to be issuing warrants. So that's what you're going to do. And I'm working on that. That's my next project. Okay, so here, I asked that question. What's the name of the lawyer that's, advising you? Okay, what is the law permitting the employer to withhold wages from an American citizen? Remember, you're an American citizen. You're not a non-custodial parent. I can't say that enough. Okay? What is the law permitting this employer to withhold wages from an American citizen and send wages to satisfy a debt for child support? Please be specific. What is the name and address of a court of competent jurisdiction that issued the wage garnishment, requiring seizure of wages from your name, an American citizen, for repayment of child support? Please be specific. I learned to do that. Now here's the federal wage garnishment law. There's a specific law, and it says it has to come from a court of competent jurisdiction. Is the child support agency a court of competent jurisdiction? No. Okay, you got them. Okay, and I ask a lot of good questions. You know how I am, a lot of you guys. If you see my paperwork, I don't play around. I go right for the jugular. Okay, and it's worked for me, and it's going to work for you. Okay, so this here is very encouraging. Okay, so now he took the validation of debt. Remember I say here, submitted to the director or the commissioner of the child support agency. What he did was he sent it to the attorney general in the state of Georgia. And this is what we got back. Your letter to the attorney general, Christopher Carr. This correspondence responds to your letter. Now, you see what they do? They don't call it a validation of debt. That's another trick that they do. Okay? They should, so they don't want to leave a paper trail. So what he can do is, send, a letter, whatever. We're happy here. Let me just keep going. To your letter addressed to Christopher M. Carr, Attorney General. Now, listen, this is an Attorney General's office responding to a validation of debt letter that I created, affidavit that I created. Okay, this is very positive. They're not ignoring you now. Your letter requests, see, your letter, not your validation. Your letter requests certain materials. It wasn't. We're demanding validation of debt. See what they do? Now, this is from a lawyer, by the way, so that's why it's, he's being slick. Certain materials from our office relating to your child support case. Unfortunately, we only provide legal representation to the Division of Child Support Services, a division of the of Georgia Department of Human Services. Thus, we do not have access to their files, which is a bunch of BS. The Department of Child Support Services is the single child support enforcement agency in the state, and this office has no supervisory authority or oversight, so they're throwing him under the bus. Now, they gave him, this is who you should be sending it to, and we will copy them this letter, but to ensure you receive a response from them, you should contact them directly. However, if you are complaining about an action taken by the court of record, please be aware that the aggrieved party has only a certain amount of time to seek appellate court. And you have 4 months usually. But if it's a void judgment, you don't have any time. That's another bunch of crap they do. A void judgment is null and void. It never has any legal standing. So it has no legal standing. Why do you only get 4 months to appeal it? So that's what I go by. Okay. Please be aware that the aggrieved party has only a certain amount of time to seek appellate court review of an allegedly erroneous trial court order. You see that? So they're recognizing that the validation was saying that there was no court order. Okay, thus you may want to seek the advice of an attorney immediately. See, immediately. They don't want to deal with you anymore. They want you to get an attorney in order to protect your legal rights. This is a very good letter. This is proof that this is working. Okay, I can't tell you guys, and I'm not trying to get rich. This is not me. I'm trying to help you. I get these emails and they're very sad because I was one of you guys. I'm still trying to get my money back. While I'm doing stuff with you guys, I'm writing up my own. I have to go to the appellate court myself in the near future to get my money back because they're not giving me my money back, these idiots in child support. But be rest assured that when I do get my money, you guys will know about it. And I'll be glad to share it. Okay? Because I'm getting really good at this. Okay? Now this is I didn't make this up. This is dated February 10th. This is in response to a validation of debt. Now, if he got the Attorney General's office to respond, and by the way, they definitely contacted them, so they're going to be expecting my man here, I can't say his name, and how are they going to respond to a validation of debt that's 16 pages? By the way, I added a case law. In the state of Georgia, by the way, it's a case law. The court reasoned that the primary purpose of Title 4D was to recoup the state's welfare expenditures on behalf of the needy parents. The Title 4D was intended to benefit the public treasury and taxpayers. You know what that means? They're not taking your money for child support. They're taking your money to reduce the welfare payments. You understand? So that means that they're taking the loan out and they're putting it on you, like I told you. And I tell them, where's the court order? I'm telling you, this is and I'm always updating these things, by the way. So if anybody that's right now buying my affidavits, it might have a little more information that somebody had bought it in the past. But I also tend to go overboard. So you remember I keep telling you guys, I like to over-explain. That's why, my video is always 15 minutes long of me talking to you guys because I'm very passionate about this. All right, so listen, I hope to hear from you guys. I want you guys to have a good night. And just remember, it's working. We're getting somewhere. Have a good night, guys.